One good way to start a crochet row or round is using stacked single crochets. A few weeks ago I made a video about invisible join, and in that I used stacked single crochets a little bit in a different way than normal, and many people commented on that. So now on this video I'm showing how you do that for those who didn't see that video yet. I'm showing that in going back and forth, so if you want to see how that is done in the round, check out the other video as well. First we are looking at the double crochets. Done the way that we are going to look at in a minute makes it look very much like an ordinary double crochet. I'll put the hook in here. And let's first see how the most common way, or actually two most common ways are. You turn and you make a single crochet in the first stitch. Now that will be the same the way we are going to do it. And from here now there's two ways, and both of them look reasonably like a double crochet, but still show stitches. One of them is that here you would now chain. This does bring you to the right height, and it fills up here so that you don't get the gap there, but that's one I would never use. And the other basic way is that you take this here loop and make a stitch into it, or also take the one from the back. Most common seems to be that you take only one and then you finish it off. As with the previous one, this fills the space here so that you do get straight edges, but it very clearly shows two chains there. So I'm undoing that now. So let's now look at the other way, the one that shows less. You start the same way. You make a single crochet in the very first stitch there, but instead of taking this here loop on the left side, you turn it slightly, and now you can see that there's this V of a stitch here on the side, and that's where you put your hook under both of these loops. Doesn't show very well when it tightens there, but you put it into the both of them and then make a single crochet. And now when you turn and continue, so I'll make a couple of normal double crochets here. So now that there one looks very much like it because it has these yarns that go sort of diagonally across and so. So that's why I think that that is the best way to do it. I'll go to the end of this here row and then start the next row using a treble. And coming to the end of this row. Now this one has also been done the way I just showed there, so then it has a stitch at the top, and you just go through it normally. And then we'll do a treble. So we're starting a row here, and we need trebles. And again you start with a single crochet, and the way people often do a treble by stacking is that you take this here loop and the same in the next row, and then you get 3 of them on top, so that gives you the right height. There's no problem with that. But this again is not very different. Just have to actually make sure that you don't have too long a loop there. So I'll do the same for the second single crochet in that there side, like that there, and then turn it. And now here I'm taking this here side stitch. So this is now the height of a treble, and I can continue. So it looks very much like a treble when you do it like that. Like that there. So this is one of the many ways you can start crochet rows or rounds. What do you think of it? Have you tried that before? There are so many tips and tricks about crochet that we just have to decide which ones are the best for us and continue using them. And I will also continue showing you the tips that I find or come up with myself and find useful. Happy crocheting!